This is Heavy Conversation with Bruce and Jody, a podcast where we talk about being a big guy in today's world. I'm Bruce. And I'm Jody. Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Bruce.
Well, Jody, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you over there?
Oh man, I'm good. This is a good day.
It is feeling good.
Yes, we're recording on Inauguration Day.
Yes.
So, we record these episodes obviously ahead of the time that you actually hear them. So
sorry to break the news to you. We're not live while you're listening.
Yes, we're a little behind the scenes magic here. Obviously, that's just the way it has to be. So, we record these kind of ahead of time and try to stay as close to keeping up on the latest things that are going on and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, it's heavy conversation, so we can kind of talk about whatever we want.
Yeah,
so
it's our show. We do what we want.
And so we normally start out with news, and news this week is the big news piece is we have a new president.
Woo!
So if you listen, it does. It feels really good. And if you listened last week, we talked about ways to stay involved in politics, and how you can stay in touch without losing your mind over it. And
which is important. You gotta be involved, but do what you can.
Right. And that seemed to be a big theme of President Biden. I like how that rolls off the tongue off of President Biden's speech. Just kind of
we have to put in the work. There's a lot of work to do. We all need to come together and do the work.
Yes. And so it's it has been interesting just kind of watching today and seeing all of this come together, and for me personally, feeling inspired and feeling good about where things are headed. And it's a cool place to be. And so it's had to get the kids up very early because we're on the West Coast.
Yep.
And all of that happens obviously on the East Coast. So getting them up and being like, hey kids, it's time to watch this. It's history.
Yeah. Watch democracy in action.
Right. And my kids are they're pretty young. So you get them I got about 45 minutes in, and I got them they were interested, through about the oath of office. So they got to see all of that, which was the important stuff. So they saw that, and then they were out. They didn't care about any of the rest. So, it's just been me kind of watching that.
But that's important. It's good to see. I mean, it's a momentous, historic inauguration, so it's important to watch.
Right? Absolutely.
Good that they got to see it. On TV. That most of us watch that kind of stuff on TV. So
definitely, and
it feels
like watching them
really good.
It does. And watching them socially distanced and kind of with the masks and all that. I mean, crazy.
Yeah, it's like wow, people that are doing what we're supposed to be doing, modeling the behaviors that we're supposed to be doing.
Right.
Talking about unity. It feels really good. Like it was inspiring, and like I even teared up at a few different moments during the ceremony. And
absolutely,
it's a mixture of happiness and excitement, and then just like some of the stress and everything that was going on the last 4 years, kind of feeling it starting to lift away a little bit. That hope goes a long way to inspire and help you get through some of the tough times that we still have ahead. It's not going to be, now that he's president, everything's changed, but
right.
We have a leader that, wants us to work together to, get through the problems that we have in front of us. There's a lot to do.
Right. So. Yeah. And I think you hit it on the head. It's that the work's not done, and it's still our responsibility to hold our leaders, responsible for the things that they do, and make sure that they get things done and that things push forward. But it's also really important. I think a big piece of what it means to be president is to inspire people, I don't feel like we've had that for a long time. So it felt good.
It definitely is. He works for us. They all work for us. So, their job is to kind of inspire and lead. but we ultimately have the power to tell them where we want to go, what we want them to accomplish. So, yeah, it's our responsibility
Definitely.
to stay engaged, stay informed, put in the work. Yeah. I mean, and that to me
Right.
is inspiring, and it feels good that I feel like I'm part of the solution, part helping, doing my part, whatever it is, staying involved, being a part of it again, because it felt like I wasn't a part of it, and it was such a big thing to push against before that it almost seemed
Sure.
impossible to push against because it didn't feel like they were listening. So it feels good.
Right.
Yeah.
It does. It does. So there you go. The big news of the day, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
and there is one other news piece that I wanted to throw out here. That's just something that's actually very cool. That just came out. It's been out for uh, a few weeks by the time you hear this, but there is a group called Unlikely Hikers, and basically, one of their big missions is to uh, make the outdoors accessible for everyone, to show people that you can enjoy the outdoors as much as anybody else. That there is not one way to enjoy them. There's not one specific body type or person or ethnicity or gender that can enjoy hiking. And Jenny Brusso, who started Unlikely Hikers, has been doing this through different kinds of hikes that she uh, takes people on around the country, and it's been really cool. It's a
Mm-hmm.
very neat thing. I was lucky enough to meet her a few years ago during a photo shoot we did for Columbia, and learned about Unlikely Hikers and kind of what she's doing. And uh, earlier this month, she worked with Merrill, the footwear hiking shoe brand, to release a collaboration, an Unlikely Hikers collaboration on a hiking boot, and it is awesome. It
Yeah.
is a redesigned version of one of their best shoes called the Zion, and basically the idea is to encourage all types of people to get out there and enjoy the outdoors, and this shoe will help with that. There's a lot of sizes, there's extended widths available. It's a unisex shoe. It's made for everybody, and it's an awesome looking hiking boot.
No, yeah, it's very stylish. It doesn't look like a big clunky boot or anything. So, yeah,
Right.
I'm definitely gonna check these out. Have you worn them at all yet, or?
I have not yet, but I am definitely going to get a pair because I love this and I want to do more hiking. I really, one of the reasons that I started thinking more about hiking and kind of getting outdoors was after talking to Jenny. After that shoot we did a few years ago, and just kind of understanding that there are a bunch of different areas that um, bigger people and all kinds of different people are overlooked in, and this is one of those,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing that it's okay to be yourself and be able to take things at your pace and try and do different things out there. And one of the cool things with Unlikely Hikers is that when they do hikes, uh, Jenny stays back there with whoever is at the back of the group. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter how long you take. They're going at that pace. It's not about like hardcore endurance and
Yeah,
all
yeah,
of
yeah.
that.
It's just about like getting outside, enjoying nature and have,
Totally.
being
Totally.
active, whatever
Yeah,
at whatever pace you can do and want to do. Yeah, which is
without
important.
without a doubt. And the fact that a company like this is recognizing that and seeing that there's real value here in supporting that and helping get the word out, and offering a product that's a resource for people. The boots actually go to they're offered in sizes to 16 in men's, uh, and the wide actually goes to 15.
Hmm.
So
Which is
they
that's a
said.
big size range. So 7 to 15 in wides for men.
Right, right, and the wide is an equivalent of a 2E. So, that's good. I think that can definitely work if you know your foot measurement, you can make that work for you. So
Hmm.
it's really cool that there's something like this out there. So I would definitely encourage you, if you're into hiking, if it's something you're thinking about doing, you know, you want to make sure that you have the right gear for doing it, and that you're comfortable, that you feel good, and this is absolutely one of the ways to do that. So check it
Absolutely.
out. You can check it out at the Merrill website. There's also an article at Chubster, so you can see it there. And
Hmm.
I added it into the Chubster shop, so you can get a better look there as well. The shoe it's $160, but if you're getting a hiking boot that you're going to use
That's a
for
yeah,
years,
that's a normal.
that's
That's
normal.
actually a pretty good price. It's
Right. And aside from the sizing, it's also made to be more comfortable. It's waterproof. It's made to keep out debris. It's breathable while being waterproof. There's a bunch of really cool things about it.
yeah,
So definitely check it out. And it's always one of those things where it's important that we support people and organizations that are doing the things that we want to see out there in the world.
yeah.
So there we go.
Go check it out.
Yes. Yes. So beer time.
Yes. What do you got for us, Bruce?
So I already broke into my beer before we started recording because it
Okay.
just felt like that kind of day.
All right.
So what I am drinking here is it's not this is kind of out of the ordinary for me. I've been drinking stouts and
Mm-hmm.
apparently porters lately,
Mm-hmm.
some
Hmm.
darker beers that it's not quite my thing. I know that those are beers that
Yeah.
you
More up
favor.
my alley. Yeah.
Yeah. And so this week I have the Shakeside Stout from Crux Fermentation Project in Bend, Oregon. And it is a hybrid milk stout. So it says, never satisfied by mere repetition, we decided to shake things up with this sessionable, let me try that again, sessionable stout brewed with lactose sugar and malted rye. A blend of both sweet and dry, stoutly traditions, rumbling with chocolatey undertones and subtle hints of spice. This is a smooth and creamy ale of seismic juxtapositions.
Wow.
So I would agree. It's smooth. It's creamy. It's very easy to drink. It's
Yeah.
definitely sessionable, and I would consider this a
Sessionable.
beer drinking session. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
mhm. Yeah. So
Is it really dark or
yeah, it is. It's really dark.
pretty dark?
There's a small amount of bitterness, but it's not anything that's too bad to drink. So, especially if you like those kind of creamy beers, I think this could work for you. So, yeah.
Nice. Well, I'm doing a salted caramel stout from Breakside.
Ooh.
It's also a collaboration with a famous Salt and Straw ice cream place here in Portland, or in Oregon.
So that's the ice cream place with some of the crazy ice cream flavors.
Yeah.
They have, yeah.
I've only been
okay.
a number of times because there's always like a crazy line, and I'm not about standing in line very much.
Right.
It's pretty good. Yeah. So this is the milk stout, 6.7 ABV. Our friends over at Amnesia pointed out that we hadn't brewed a milk stout yet. Our friends and ice cream geniuses at Salt and Straw wanted to work on an ice cream beer. The result might be the most delicious dessert beer ever created. A rich extra stout with caramelized lactose and fleur de sel. Fleur de sel, whatever that.
Ooh.
I don't know what that means.
Fleur de sel.
Yeah.
Nice. It's the flower of the cell. That's,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I almost want it to be caramelier.
Yeah. Oh, well, So Salt and Straw. So as I was saying, they have weird and interesting ice cream flavors. So here's just a small sampling of what they do: banana avocado sorbet.
Okay.
Let's see. They've got some. Let's see. Arbequina olive oil. So there we go. Pear and blue cheese, which I've had and is very good.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like at different times they've had some different kinds that are really out there, and those all seem pretty.
They're not too. Yeah.
not too crazy. yeah, let's see. So, it's it's one of those things where a lot of it's like donut shops get crazy, ice cream, kind of doing the
Hmm.
same sort of thing. But
Yeah, it's very popular here. So
yes. So
when you visit Portland, when we can travel again, definitely check it out.
yeah, people come to Portland for the food. I mean,
Hmm.
it's a lot of good food here.
Yeah,
So
food truck.
absolutely.
I like going to the food truck so you can take people to a food truck little pod, and then people
Uh
can
huh.
choose whatever they want, kind of deal.
Right.
It's like a food
Right.
court kind of deal where you can all eat together, but you can get all kinds of different stuff.
That's nice.
I
It's a
love
good way
that.
to do it.
Oh boy.
Yes. So, yeah, if you haven't been following along, you can track the beers that we drink on every episode of Heavy Conversation
Hmm.
at Untapped. We have a Heavy Conversation beer list that you can take a look at, and it's got a ton of beers on it because, well, we drink a ton of beers.
Lots and
So,
lots of beers.
yes. Yes.
Woo. So download the app and check it out, and
Yes.
let us know what kind of beers you're loving that are local to you, or that you've been checking out. Cheers us, all that jazz. And
Yes.
they actually have a virtual beer event coming up that I was going to try and do. So we might
Oh,
try and
fancy.
chat about that later when I get more.
I like
details.
that. Nice.
All
Very
right,
nice.
Bruce. What are we going to talk about today?
All right. So today we are talking about something very important. Our favorite big and tall winter essentials. So
Mhm.
it's winter essentials this year are probably a little different from years past because, again, like we say all the time, everybody's staying home. We're in the middle of a pandemic that's very horrible, and you're probably not getting out quite as much as you had been in the past. So, it's also one of those things where even if you are, you're probably wearing some things that are a little more casual,
Yeah.
or if you're working from home and you feel like, okay, well, I do have to wear something, it's probably going to be something that's more comfortable.
Mhm.
Activewear is big right now, those kind of things. So there are a lot of things that in past years we probably would have thrown out as this is an essential, you need it. And you may hear a couple of those things, today, but I will tell you that for myself, I've definitely been leaning into the joggers and the t-shirts and hoodies
Mhm.
and those kind of
Mhm.
things. So, you know, just a little more cozy.
Yeah, definitely. I'll start off mine with
Please.
my essential is a flannel.
Mm,
They're great for layering. I a lot of times I just wear it like this, just open, just under or over a t-shirt or something like that. But there's so many great options for flannels, and they're kind of a staple in your wardrobe. They come
right.
in tons of prints. So flannel is actually the fabric, the shirt. It's plaid is the print that's on here. So
Yes.
a lot of people say they want a flannel, and they think they want plaid. Well, they kind of go together a lot of times, but the
Right.
print on here is a plaid of some kind, and then the shirt is a flannel shirt. So it's normally a thicker shirt.
There we go.
Typically now they're made out of a cotton blend normally. A lot of times they're made in wool. They're thicker. Um, you can get all kinds of different weights of them now too. They run the gambit of, you know, $12 to $20 all the way up to, $90, $100, depending on fabric blends and patterns and whatnot. But I love them. They're a good layering piece. I just throw on a light jacket depending on the weather, or a bigger jacket. That's a good thing
Right.
for winters, that you can kind of layer stuff up. But flannels are my top thing for winter.
I like it. I like it. Yes, it's a good way to go. For me, one of the things that I've really been leaning into hoodies. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
always nice to have a hoodie, but really kind of going toward more of this activewear sort of feel. I've been going for those kind of hoodies. Target has their All in Motion line, and they have a big and tall section, and they have some good stuff there. I've got a hoodie from them that I just love. That I think I'd be hard pressed to not have and not wear. So, if you're looking for something that's like that, that has a little style, because I mean, you can find a hoodie anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
but if you want something that's just kind of a little more modern and, even though we're wearing comfortable clothing, we want things that look good,
Yeah, you still want to look stylish and not frumpy, and
Right.
yeah.
Right.
I'll agree with hoodies. They're kind of my go-to kind of jacket here in the Portland Pacific Northwest, because it doesn't get super cold for me. Yeah,
Right.
I do hoodies most of the time. Um, yeah, and I do like the more active technical ones, because they're a little bit more breathable. So if you do wear that under a
Right.
jacket or something like that, it doesn't get quite so hot underneath there. Yeah, and some of them can be
Yeah.
semi waterproof or whatever. So some of the more technical jackets, I enjoy those.
Yeah, and I would even lump together, their sweatshirts, performance fleece, this kind of thing. There are a lot of
Mm-hmm.
those that kind of go together that work. Like I tend to, if I throw one of those on, I'm wearing it all day until I'm done with whatever I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing, until I'm going to bed or whatever. So, there are a lot of different options for those kind of things that you can find out there. But like I said, for me, I've been really leaning into kind of the all in motion sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe they go to 4X, 3 or 4X
Yeah.
with a lot of that stuff. I know that they do have some products that go to 5X, but I don't know if that actually includes, their hoodies. Obviously lots of other places to look for that kind of stuff. So, but you want some things that are comfortable, that have style, and that function. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
there we
And
go.
I think I'll add on to the like hoodie performance fleece with a jacket, because obviously depending on what part of the country you're in, you're going to need some sort of jacket. The one I'm wearing most of the time is like a North Face shell, so it's not a super heavy one, because like I said, I wear like a hoodie most of the time, so it's
Right.
just like mostly like a rain jacket, windbreaker type thing. It's got a hood, and I like that the sleeves and the bottom of it kind of cinch to keep some of the wind out. And then I just have that over my hoodie when it's raining, or if it is a little chillier in the morning. Some of the mornings now are starting to get kind of chilly, so adding that
Right.
over my hoodie is a good thing. But I also still have like my bigger like Columbia jacket that has it's heavy duty. It's got the removable liner in it. I really enjoy that, because
Oh yeah.
that I've had that
Mm-hmm.
since I lived in Minnesota. I've kept the same one. I use it when I go skiing mostly
Right.
now, because I don't wear it on a daily basis. But it's a really good jacket. It's waterproof, rainproof, whatever. But yeah, it does definitely going to need one of those in some sort of northern states. A bigger, heavy jacket.
Yes. In the
The
frigid
removable,
cold.
yeah, the frigid
Yep.
cold, the below zero. Yeah, get one of the ones that has like a removable
Yes.
liner. I enjoy that, because then you get a couple coats in one.
Y-
They're normally a little spendier, but then you can get a couple coats out of one.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. Gives you some options.
Mm-hmm.
Another place to look that I had overlooked for a long time is Nike. Nike actually has a decent amount of big and tall gear, and so a lot of activewear that kind of runs the spectrum. They have a couple jackets. They have the hoodies and t-shirts and shorts and joggers and all that good stuff, and they have some extended sizes. So it looks like up to 4X. So yeah, definitely some other options. We talk a lot about the places that you would always think to go, which are great. There are a lot of great places that cover big and tall, and about those places, but there are sometimes these brands don't do the greatest job of telling you, hey, we've got this stuff. You
Mm-hmm.
should take a
Mm-hmm.
look at us. So, take a
Yeah,
look,
got
see
to
if there's something
search
for you.
around a little bit, and I'm sure they'll, in a month or so, maybe a couple of months, there'll be some end of season sales on all that winter stuff, so you could maybe even stock up or grab a new coat
Right.
if you need one. If you don't, it's getting towards the end of the season. It seems it's such a weird place for me, because it's like it's January and there's no snow outside, and it's like not that cold out, so
Right.
I always get thrown off in the seasons here. I'm still not adjusted completely, even
Yeah.
after like 3
Seasons.
years. Just always the same sort of
Right.
green and rainy.
Yep.
What
Yep.
else? What else
Seasons
is on?
are weird here. They're weird.
It is for me. I don't know. It's just weird.
So, so also on my list, and I mentioned it, joggers.
Hmm.
Getting a good jogger is huge. You know, having something that looks good, that feels good. I mean, they're easy to throw on. So if you are working from home
Mm-hmm.
and you're, working in the office space that you've made in your house, or you're
Yeah.
working from the couch, throwing on some joggers is good because you can hop up, throw them on, get to work. You need to run out and grab some lunch or run an errand. You got that as well. They're
Yeah.
comfortable and they look good.
Yeah. You're still stylish. I think um, some people can go a little too far into the comfort zone with their, wearing pajama bottoms or,
Mm-hmm.
sweatpants. I would lean towards more the jogger. It's just a little bit
Yes.
more tapered towards the bottom. They've got plenty of pockets. That they've got some interesting details normally on them, and you look fine when, like you said, you need to run out to the grocery store or run to go run an errand, and you still look stylish and
Mm-hmm.
kept up. Running errands in your
Yep.
pajama bottoms is not recommended. Um, yeah, don't leave the house
Right.
in your pajama bottoms, no matter how
Don't do it.
whatever, even if they're your team or
And
I don't care.
it's true. It's true. Throw something on.
Yeah,
Be
put some
somewhat
clothes on.
presentable,
Come on, don't wear
Yeah.
your pajamas out
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
house.
And exactly. And the great thing is that joggers are everywhere now. They're a thing that's in. They were before March of 2020, and
Hmm.
they definitely are now. So, if it's something that you are that you're even somewhat interested in, you will definitely be able to find them anywhere. I mean, everywhere from Target, Nordstrom, DXL to Macy's, King Size, Walmart.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, I just took a quick look at Walmart, and they go up to 10x. So, uh, yeah, which very well might be king size. So who knows? It's worth taking a look at, and you'll find some good ones. Like me, so far this season, I've really been kind of all in on All in Motion from Target, and I've got a pair of joggers from a company called One Piece that I really dig, that I've had for a while now, that are kind of my go-to joggers. And I would definitely say it's form, function, and comfort.
Yeah,
So there you go.
definitely. Yeah, I grabbed a pair of some Reebok ones from DXL the other day. They're
Nice.
kind of a olive green color. It's just they're really comfy. Just lounging around, just to switch it up because I normally wear denim pretty much all the time, other than when it's like the heat of the summer. So I like
Right.
to switch it up a bit with some joggers. I think I have some
Yeah.
other ones that I got at Penny's a long time ago. And I can't remember their
Yep.
brand, but I think
Yeah.
Founder.
If you if you're trying to go for like did you say JC Penney? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I got some from
Yeah.
Penny's number.
Foundry.
Yeah, Foundry. I was like
Yep.
Foundry. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and if you're trying to go for something that's more stylish, or fast fashion inspired, Boohoo has some good ones, and they go up to
Hmm.
5X. I mean, I'm looking now, they've got a pinstripe jogger. So if you're
Oh,
trying to do something that isn't just the normal everyday sort of thing, then they've got something that looks like it's tie-dyed, which you
mm,
won't catch me in, but
yeah,
somebody could pull
yeah,
that off. Someone who's not me could pull that off. So, there, like I said, there's a lot out there, and it's well worth it. It's something that you can embrace, and there are even companies that are making joggers that look like dress pants.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
if you have to wear something to the office and you have to look a certain way and be presentable in a certain way, even
Yeah,
as you go through all of this, there are options for you.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And as long as we're talking about like pants, I'm going to definitely say denim. Denim is always my go-to.
Right.
Levi's are kind of my go-to, or I have some a number of lucky jeans that I wear.
Mm.
Um, they're just always really durable. They're comfortable, come in at all kinds of different washes. I prefer like really dark washes personally. I just feel like they kind of
Yes.
go with more options. They go with more, you can dress them up, dress them down if you need to. But yeah, definitely a good fitting pair of denim. You need to have those in your wardrobe, even if it's not an everyday
It'll never go
thing.
out of style.
Yeah, they'll never go out of style. Just get,
Right.
not like, and like I said, you just get the dark denim is fine. You don't need to get whatever splattered or ripped or any of that distressing. If you want,
Right.
great, but just a dark
Right.
pair of denim is always a classic.
Absolutely. So, speaking of things that will never go out of style, headwear, hats, beanies.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I have been I've been embracing the hats and beanies this year, especially just kind of staying at home. It's like, not doing the haircuts quite as much as I
Yep.
had been. So it's easy to throw on a beanie, throw on a hat, and you're good to go. And there are tons of places to go for those, but it's a good way to do it. You can mix and match. And for those of us who wear eyeglasses, I've got different frames that I will mix and match with the hats that I wear, that kind of thing. It's a really easy way to kind of add an accessory, show a little style, and do something that's super quick and convenient.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lord knows, trying to get all dressed up, do your hair and groom and run out and do things. It's not quite as easy to be to go through all that. And you don't really want to. Like for me, it's I really have to be feeling it to be like, all right, I'm gonna get dressed up just to
Mm-hmm.
go down the street and buy some groceries.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, so you can make for a good look without having to put quite as much effort as you might normally. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And there are lots of places now that are doing the bigger size hats as well.
yes,
They're getting a little bit easier to find. You still have to kind of dig a little bit to find them, but
yeah,
there's a few different places that you can find bigger hats. So definitely, it's an easy way to change up your style a little bit. And like you said, if you need to run a quick errand and you didn't do your hair, or your hair like mine is getting a little out of control with not getting to the barber and more
right,
regularly. Yeah, easy way
yeah.
to.
Yeah, take a look at, if you're really if you're not sure about the beanie but you're sure about hats or caps, take a
Mhm.
look at Gorin Brothers, Goorin Bros, and they've got some good stuff. And I know that Kelvin Davis from Notoriously Dapper is a plus size blogger, a model. He always wears hats, some amazing hats, and he loves them as well. I've loved them for years. Definitely worth taking a look at. They do some XL sized hats that are made. I shouldn't say just XL. That's the category. So they have a bunch of, like, I think double X and some much bigger ones. So
Mhm.
hats that are even bigger for like my head, which I've found that finding a hat that I like that fits my head is
Yeah,
not always easy.
yeah.
So
There's another place I just found. It's called Odd Job Hats.
oh, interesting.
Ordered a couple different ones because they have quite a few different big hats. Dad hats, trucker hats, bucket hats,
Nice.
beanies, all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna check out a few of those. And a friend of mine actually recommended them. He's has a normal size head, but he said that he really likes the hats and they have a big size selection. So gonna check them out a
Perfect.
bit. Yeah.
Nice.
All
Nice.
right.
Yeah.
I guess maybe my
All right.
my final item is going to be boots. I know we kind of talked about some fun boots from the what is it, the Zion or the Merrill boots. But
Oh yeah. Right. Right. Yeah.
I think a lot of boots, a good pair of boots is really essential. Whether they're big winter boots or just hiking boots. It's a wintry, wet mess out here, so I love getting a good pair of waterproof boots that I can wear to and from work because I'm still going into work every day. And
Right.
I wear Rockports most of the time. That's a brand that we sell at DXL, and I can wear them all day long, and they're really comfortable and they're stylish. They've got all kinds of
Right.
different selections and stuff like that. But finding a good comfy pair of boots are really important. And it's kind of a good thing for winter. If it's going to be slick or icy, all that kind of stuff. Finding some good tread on a boot that's wide and comfortable is really can be tricky sometimes, but yeah, definitely worth it.
It's important. Yeah. Don't get like a leather sole on your boot if you're in a icy or rainy place. I learned that the hard way the first year we moved.
Yeah, I learned that pretty quick.
It was all rainy.
I would wear my normal dress shoes, and I'm a little bit of wet, and I was like, "Whoa!" Almost bit it, but yeah, I was like, "Okay, I can't wear these to and from."
Yeah, I think I talked about this a few weeks ago, but Adelante Boot Company, they do custom made boots. They also do, they have some that are already ready to go. You give them your exact size and they will, they'll get them out to you. They're the most comfortable boot I've ever had. And I would say if you're wearing a boot, or if your experience with boots has been that you put them on and they're not comfortable, you're wearing the wrong kind of boot. So find yourself a good one. It's nice to, like you said, Jody, it's good to have a good, comfortable pair that you can always go back to.
Yeah, because you never know when we can start adventuring out again, you're going to need a comfy pair of boots to go on a hike or
do
whatever you need to do. So
yeah,
get them now while you can have the time to do some searching.
I like it. Yeah. I think, there are many other things we could throw in there. I think another thing I just say quickly would be t-shirts. Get yourself some good t-shirts, because you're going to be hanging out in them a lot as we go through all this.
So basically a t-shirt, but just have a couple buttons on them.
Right.
Changes it up a little bit for me. So I've been enjoying those.
Totally. Yeah. And I mean, like
whatever. Yeah.
I'm wearing a t-shirt from One Bone. It's a brand out of Canada that is specifically doing shirts for bigger people. And I mean, it's super comfortable. The length is right. It feels good to just hang out in. They've got a bunch of different kinds right now. So I would definitely recommend, finding shirts that are good for you. And you can always find a t-shirt, but finding one that fits you well is not always easy.
Yeah. Sometimes, the sizing can be weird, or arm length is weird on some of them for me. So hunt down, try out a couple. I think you did we're part of a big article about t-shirts. So
yes. So I feel like that kind of covers some of the essentials. Like I said, I'm sure there are other things, but hey,
those are our top ones anyways,
especially this year.
Must-haves for the rest of the winter 2020-2021 here. So yeah, check it out. I'm sure you can pick up a lot of those items on the Chubster shop, so go check that out.
Yes. And if there's anything that we've missed that you feel like really needs to be said, hit us up at Heavy Convo on whatever social network you use, and we'll discuss it, because it's important to know what we're missing. So
we're doing it for you. So let us know what you think, and what essentials are you happy with, or what things, like you said, what did we miss?
Right.
You want to know.
All right.
Thanks,
cool. Jody, hey, I hope we've given some good ideas, and until next time, cheers.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Heavy Conversation. Be sure to like and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your
podcasts.